Right, greetings everyone, welcome back. Bless you. Right, we are heading to Arx to see what has happened. Something should have happened. Where are you going?
Nice little spot, don't you think?
Sure. So, last episode we got both artifacts. We went to the media, we destroyed it, but Akbar mentioned that he basically has a plan B, so we're not done yet. I'm pretty sure. Wait. Thought I heard someone. Pretty sure this place is supposed to be abandoned. Let's have a quick check. Whatever's going around killing people, it kills only people. It doesn't seem to kill pigs or chickens or... No. I read that a while ago. Do I still have enough water on me? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Let's... There we go.
Locked.
Still locked. I'm guessing it's just the gentleman walking around that I hear. Pretty sure we have to go through another loading screen and then maybe another one. The castle. That one's dead. Yeah. Nope. Quest book updated. Yeah, it's been saying that for a while now. Whenever I go into a new area, I'm hoping it's just to remind you that we need to get back to Arx.
The Ilsids invaded the fortress, and Lord Lunshire has been locked up in prison. Save him! Save the kingdom!
There we go. The people from the Kingdom of Arx are kept prisoner by the Ilsids. I must go to the jail and see
I'm hungry.
what it is all about before I can leave Arx and return to the Norden. Well, if you're hungry... Oh, I think I see an oh, are those Ilsids? Oh. Then we have fought them. If they use those speed buffs again, they're pretty nasty to fight. Let's see if we can take them. I did a quick save, right? Let's do another one just to be sure. Get out of my town. Of course those are Ilsids. The crap. Yeah. Run. I'm stuck. I can't fight two of you. Alright, I think he's done. No, he's still speeding up. I'm out of healing. I don't know the healing spell by heart right now. Crap. No. Might have been a bad idea. Oh! Alright. How do we heal? It's not complicated, but I keep forgetting. I think I turned on my torch in all the commotion, or maybe it was already on. I think there might not be much use to carrying those around, but I don't know. Maybe we can sell them. I'm guessing the stores are out of business right now. Do I have something better than Fireball? I don't know, it's pretty useful actually. Oh. And the other ones? We got a fair amount of and a potion. Fair amount of mana right now. Well, we didn't actually cast those fireballs, did we?
I can't.
Oh crap. Oh crap. I did not expect you to do that. We are dead. I don't remember these guys being such a-holes. Okay, there we go. I could probably dispel them. No. Yeah, I didn't realize until now that these guys are actually Ilsids. It was mentioned in the logbook that they looked human and that they exploded after combat.
I can't cast this.
Nope. I'm not healing very much, am I? No. Let's see. Do I reveal, feed, fireballs, feed, douse? No. Prevents any magic effect from working within a given radius around spellcaster. Mass paralyze. I don't know if this is enough. Mass incinerate. Oh. Dispel protection field. That is not quite what I'm looking for. Paralyze could be handy. Paralyze an enemy. Well, we have fireballs right now, so we might just be able to kill him with that, but we have to fight more than one. I'm pretty much done for. So I need a different tactic, really. Right. Nope. It's a bit finicky. You have to hold control and shift at the same time to describe them, basically. That's a bit odd. There might be more inside. I hope it's not. Yeah.
I can't catch.
You know what? I think wearing these two doesn't really do much for us right now. Intuition. Oh, it does offer. I don't think it buffs us. Nope. The better. Oh god. No, 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 no. Can he follow me through doors? I hope not. Should be alright, shouldn't it? Maybe not. Another save in here. I think he's slowed. His buff wore off. You know what?
I can't cast this spell.
Oh. And they might be endless. And to think this is actually easier now with the community patch. Well, the casting is. Don't know about the difficulty. So I need to get to the jail. I know where it is. If I don't run into any more. Still locked. Oh.
I can't.
I am dead. I might have enough mana once I get to him now. Actually, it's not going up very fast, is it? Good lord. These guys. Wonder if I get XP for him. So you could keep track of it, but I have a suspicion that you don't get too much XP from killing enemies.
Koltar.
It was all a trap to get rid of you, Shigar. As soon as I found out their plan, I knew I couldn't let them do it, my friend.
Thank you, but where's the king?
Servius doesn't give a shit about the king.
Hey.
If the king is alive, he's in hiding. He's probably holed up with the rest of his people in the guard room.
Ah, I'm beginning to understand why the Ilsids did not kill all the humans in the kingdom.
That would be madness. Akbar's hungry, and Servius saved some of them as a supply of fresh meat for his master. Akbar will eat every last one if he gets the chance.
Koltar, what brought you to work for the Ilsids and Servius?
When I got out of jail, it seemed like a good idea.
What?
Servius is very persuasive, you know, and he's got big ideas. He wants to bring the sun back to Arx and get all the humans out of these rat-infested caves. For someone like me who has been outside, that sort of plan makes perfect sense. Now get out of here, quick. Use the sewers. I'll make something up to tell the others.
I'll take the armor, I guess. That is way more than what we had.
Incompetence! The Guardian has escaped! Leave this pathetic kingdom to the humans and return to our refuge immediately!
So, what? Oh, and all of a sudden, all the people are back and it's all right as rain? Well, to a certain extent. Let's see.
One more day in paradise.
That snake woman makes me sick.
Well, he did say they would leave, but there was a quick exit. So Coulthard joined them, but those Illicit guys don't seem like actual people. So how could he pose as one of them, or even join them? Well, they do have those monks, I guess. He could have been one of those. And then he put the armor on and they just thought he was an Illicit. Anyway, let's see if I can repair and sell stuff. Carlo.
I am sorry, but really, I have no time for you.
You don't say. Oh, I guess it's nighttime, sort of. Let's just go speak to the king then. Because that is the blacksmith, right? Pretty sure it is.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, guide him away. They needed something to show that some time had passed in the meantime. Because this is kind of ridiculous. But oh well. I will say I don't know much about the development of this game, because sometimes stuff like that is just kind of rushed.
Oh, I know what I forgot.
They just had to tie things together in the end. Maybe there was something planned in between and it just wasn't time to finish it, but I don't know if that was the case with this game.
Many thanks, Shagar. You have saved the kingdom. We shall be eternally grateful to you.
I have destroyed the meteor in the temple of Akba.
I am afraid that this will not be enough to stop Akba from coming to Arx.
But that is impossible. That meteor was his energy channel.
What you have done was indispensable in weakening Akba. But according to my estimations, Akba has had time to gather enough energy to attempt to incarnate here on Arx. I believe Serbius has a secret den where he is preparing to invoke Akba and offer his body as vessel for the incarnation.
How can we prevent this from happening?
We can't. The only way would have been to kill him before this fusion took place. It will take him some time to channel the immense energy of Akbar, but during this process, he will be immune to most weapons. You will need the most powerful of all the eldritch weapons in existence to confront this abomination and destroy the link between Acerbius and Akbar.
Where can I find this weapon?
I'm afraid no such weapon exists. You must have one forged for this specific purpose. There is a book called The Theory of the Ultimate Weapon, which explains how to create such a weapon. You will need it.
I will act as quickly as possible.
How do you know all this?
This weapon will be able to destroy Akbar for good.
You must make use of this legendary weapon, Guardian.
Do I have the book? Did you give it to me? Let's read. And let's level up. Let's see. The kingdom is restored. The trap set by Acerbius has failed. Now I know why I was not called back to the Norden. My mission is not yet complete. Akbar had time to gather enough energy before I destroyed the media. Destroying the media was still the best thing to do, as Akbar won't be as strong as he expected. He is probably merging with Acerbius at this very moment. It is a long process, and most weapons will have no effect on Acerbius during it. I must create the ultimate weapon before I can face Akbar. I guess we'll speak to the librarian, the snake lady. Maybe she has the book. We have a lot of strength now, probably because of this armor. Strength +3, strength +2. Yeah.
Snake woman makes me sick.
We'll do one in spell casting. Grants access to different levels of spells, also determines the ability to protect yourself from magic. But does it also give extra mana? Determines your mana regain rate. So yeah, we kind of need that as well. Let's do that. Let's do 5 in here. This is quite high now. I might be... Let's go like this.
Who does he think he is?
We got somewhat round numbers, even though they don't really make sense, because we have higher stats because of our armor, but it's fine. Did you leave any... What's this? Whose room is this? Where's my... There it is. Nope. This is my room. Did you leave any new goodies for me? No. Still. You should really have sent someone over to clean that stuff by now. Lord Ludshire. Falan. Oh, I guess I locked it. Yeah, okay, right. I sort of forgotten who that was, but that was the character that is killed in the intro video. Oops. Anyway, let's see about that weapon.
One more day in paradise.
Yeah, you say so.
I seek a book called The Theory of the Ultimate Weapon.
I'm sorry, Shagar. You won't find that tome here. To find it, you must visit the library held by my sisters.
Alright. It shouldn't be too hard. I will say though that
I'm sick of eating troll food.
most of the people that worked on this game were from the developers of Thief. And that game was, of course, more episodic. It was missions, and this is kind of a continual story in the same map, basically. Well, it's different levels and whatnot. But so maybe they just had a bit of issues with, I don't know, making sure everything kind of fit together. This is the library, I think. Yeah. Let's speak to you.
Sealash. I come seeking a book that will tell me how to make the ultimate weapon.
I knew you would ask me that. So take this tome. It explains how to forge such a weapon. This is yet another favor the Order has done for you.
Favor? I'm trying to save the world here. Pretty sure you'll gain by not having Akbar running around. Shall we have a read? Theory of the Ultimate Weapon. How long is this? Pretty long. Alright, I'll read this now and I'll end the episode afterwards. So if you're not feeling up to it. Anyway, I have traveled far and wide throughout many lands in search of the ultimate weapon. I spent much of my youth striving towards this goal, but my energies were wasted until one day I realized that all my efforts were in vain. In vain because the only way to find the ultimate weapon is to create it. To make such a weapon, you must seek the finest metal. Forged in the finest forge. Ooh, we probably have to go to the dwarf area. Then magically enhance with the finest spells there is. It is very important to select the finest metal, and not only because it determines the keenness of the blade and its strength, but because it must also be capable of receiving and therefore storing a large amount of magical energy. Additionally, the weight of the metal will determine the maneuverability of the weapon and the efficiency of its thrusts and penetration. Most people use iron to forge their weapons because iron is the most readily available metal, but the finest metal known to us today, and in my mind the only one to use if one is to create the ultimate weapon, is mithril, the hardest and most resistant metal ever discovered. It can also produce the finest alloy if it is mixed with another element. However, the element you mix must be chosen with care, and only the rarest materials which carry an intrinsic magical value within their very essence must be used. Unfortunately, mithril, which is a vital component, is almost impossible to find. Nevertheless, if it was possible to locate a piece of this fantastic metal, the next step is to take it to the very best blacksmith and ask him to forge the weapon. I will not enter into lengthy philosophical debates, but will give you my clear opinion. To my mind, the finest blacksmith in the world are dwarves. Yeah. Their whole tradition is based on working stone and metal, and they have mastered their art to such a degree that even the tools they use to perform their craft are far and away superior to these of any other race. They are the only ones capable of creating their forges the sharpest and most lethal weapon in existence. The only ones capable in their forges. Right. forge is an important stage. For the moment it is complete, the weapon must be able to absorb the first magical spell cast on it, and conserve this spell within it for all eternity. Indeed, the final stage is the enchantment of the weapon. Many things can magically improve a weapon. The key is in choosing the element the weapon should bind with at the moment of its enchantment. Let me give you some of the best known enchantments. The quality of the weapon, however, ultimately depends more on the metal chosen and the forge used than on the elements it is combined with. Here are a few examples, but note that once a weapon has an enchantment, you cannot change it. Garlet confers the greater ease of handling of the weapon. Powdered bone adds some power to the weapon, even more effective if bones come from a dragon. Ooh, I was wondering about dragons, so there are dragons in the game. Yeah, I kind of spoiled it for myself a bit, because I read the manual, and the manual actually mentions dragons. The Rock of Emekar gives amazing resistance to a weapon. Once enchanted, the blade seems indestructible. A dragon's egg allows the weapon to damage the element it is made of. For example, an enchanted iron weapon will do more damage to iron objects. So we can enchant yeah, we can, because there is that spell. Alright. I think I have that spell actually. But it does not mention where to get mithril at all. Is there anything in our Book of the Ultimate Weapon says I should make a weapon out of mithril, as it's the only way metal that will melt with the strange alloys such as cork powder. I hope this is true. What is this powder you're talking about? Anyway, so that was that. We're up to speed, somewhat. I might actually check on what to do next, because I don't even remember if I got this far the last time I played. I may have, I'm not sure. It's kind of murky right now. And I have no idea where to get mithril. Maybe I should just speak to the human blacksmith back in Arx. Maybe he'll have something to say.
To what do we owe the honor of your visit?
Akba's coming to this dimension is imminent, even though the energy channel was destroyed. However, there is a way of stopping him. Will you help me?
Of course, we will. What wouldn't we do for you, beloved guardian? Remember, though, that you must help us in return. When the moment arises, you need a magic weapon, powerful enough to have an effect on the Kolk stone, even when it is in resonance with Akba. To achieve this, you must forge this weapon in an alloy containing Kolk powder. Then, you will need a dragon's egg to complete the spell, for only this ingredient can retain the power of such a spell.
I shall return soon.
I must find a dragon egg to cast a spell on the weapon. Alright. Right, I'm gonna call it here. I'll carry on next time, but for now, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time, and farewell.